This is Talk to Kedi, sharing knowledge, liberating minds. Hello, my beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining us on this fantastic edition of your number one educating online broadcast, Talk to Kedi. My name is Sarah Egona. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's for you. Thank you for joining us today. In today's topic, we'll be looking at depression, prevention, causes, and solution. What exactly is depression? Can it be prevented? What are the causes of depression? And of course, what are the possible solutions, of depression? Let's do this together. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, depression is fast becoming, something to worry about. It is quite becoming a thing to worry about with the alarming increase in the rate of suicide across the world. This day you hear that someone committed suicide somewhere. The next day you hear that someone jumped, on a particular bridge. And then the next time you hear, in fact, and then depression is not a respecter of age, gender, tribe, or religion. According to experts, depression is the most common mental illness in the world. And trust me, it is something that we should talk about. Okay? Now, in case you are tuning in for the first time, this is Talk to Kedi, and it is coming to you from the stable of Kedi Healthcare Industries Nigeria Limited, the leading provider of quality healthcare products and services in Nigeria. We remain committed to the continuous provision of quality healthcare products and services. And of course, we have a lucrative business platform aimed at contributing to the well-being of mankind. This podcast remains your surest platform, for apt and accurate information about the company's offerings, our products, our promotions, our events, our services, and so on. We also look at contemporary issues that have the capacity to affect your health and then, of course, your business. Okay, so stay tuned always. Trust me, every edition is always a hit back to back. Okay, so let's do this edition together. Now, it is called Talk to Kedi for a reason. This podcast is not a monologue. Okay, you can also join the conversation. And how do you get to do that? Because people ask us, hey, you say it's Talk to Kedi. How do we also talk to you? Okay, so you get to talk to Kedi by using the comment section. As soon as you tune into the broadcast, make use of the comment section, air your opinions, ask your questions, and then of course we will do justice to all your questions. So whatever it is with regards to this topic or any other issue whatsoever concerning our products, concerning any other thing at all, concerning our business, anything, make use of the comment section and let's get talking. Let's do this together. Depression, prevention, causes, and solution. Have you ever battled with depression? Or do you know anyone who is battling with depression at the moment? Okay, make use of the comment section and let's get talking. Share your experience with us and let's do this together. Now let's go. According to experts, over 264 million people are living with depression worldwide. Can you beat that? Over 264 million people are living with depression. That means that one can actually be living with depression and not know. You can actually be living with depression and not know. Because depression is not one of those illnesses where if you have it, you have maybe swollen legs, swollen eyes, swollen bones, and all that. So many people are living with depression, but they don't know. And trust me, depression is a mental illness, which, if not treated or if not handled properly, honestly, can lead to death, can lead to suicide attempts, suicidal thoughts, suicidal attempts, and eventually death. So this topic is not one you should take lightly. So this is the point where you get a pen and then let us do this together. Share your experiences with us and then you take down points because I'll be dishing out some very, very, very good points. Take down points. I'm very sure it will help you. As an entrepreneur, how does depression has the capacity to wreck your business if you do not manage it very well? Take this from me. So these and many more are the things we will be looking at as we go on. Okay. Now, permit me to mention that I am supposed to have a guest today, but my guest is on his way, trust Lagos traffic, to do what he knows how to do best. Okay, but he will join me during the course of the broadcast. So let's do this together. Are we ready? Now, depression. What exactly is depression? Depression is a common and serious mental illness that negatively affects the way you feel, it affects the way you think, and it affects the way you act. Are we together? Depression is a mental illness that affects the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. Now, I'm a bit passionate about this topic because I've actually had a few persons around me who battled with depression. And then I've heard stories of some people who did not make it through the process, and then they lost their lives in the process of managing depression. Okay, now let's go on. What are those symptoms? Like I said in my introduction, depression is not one illness that when you have it, you see something on your skin, maybe your skin will be swollen, your teeth will be this or that. So what are the common symptoms? I'm sure many of you might probably be wondering, how do I know if I have depression or not? Okay, some of you may be asking, is grief the same thing as depression? Or how do I possibly know if okay, now you have said depression is a mental state that affects the way I think, the way I feel, the way I act. Okay, so how do I possibly know if I have depression? Number one, are we ready? Symptoms of depression. How do you know if you are battling with depression or not? Number one, feeling sad or having a depressing mood. If you are always having unexplainably, you are always having mood fluctuations, then you need to check again. Now there's a part where we know that for pregnant women at some point they move in and out of moods, but for you have noticed over time that your moods fluctuate. This very minute you are happy and you're smiling, but the next minute you are out of your previous mood. You always have mood fluctuations. Then you need to look at it again. Another symptom of depression, as I mentioned all of this, I'm doing this so that you can start checking. You can start checking because you know personally, you know that I love you, and then we want you to be alive. We are here because you are there. So as you hear me dish out this point, if there's any of these symptoms you are experiencing or you see manifesting in any of your loved ones, it is time for us to check it again. Okay, now let's go. Symptoms of depression number two: loss of interest. Loss of interest in pleasure or in activities once enjoyed. For instance, you are a guy that usually before now you love watching football, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man U, and all that. All of a sudden, even when you sit where someone is watching football, it irritates you. You no longer find pleasure in what you usually love doing. Then it may be a sign of depression. Okay, when you lose interest unexplainably in something that usually gives you pleasure, check it. Check it. Depression is around. Now, change in appetite. Another symptom of depression is change in appetite. Weight loss or weight gain. Two ways. Change in appetite. Honestly, you just see that you eat more than you used to eat. For no just reason. You didn't take any tablets, you didn't take any medication and all that. You just see that you eat more portion. You are eating more portion than you usually eat before now, or you are eating less. Okay, it's a two-way thing. Change in appetite, unexplainable change in appetite could also be a symptom of depression. Are you learning something at all? Okay, let's go on. Troubled sleeping or sleeping too much. Two ways. You find it difficult to sleep. You eat your bed and then sleep is just not coming. You roll 100 degrees, 200 degrees, 360 degrees, and you keep rolling, counting your ceiling. You have difficulty with falling asleep easily, or you sleep too much. Two ways. So I need you to check look out for some of these symptoms, either in yourself or in anyone close to you. These are symptoms of depression. Okay, now let's go on. Loss of energy or increased fatigue. You usually lose energy without doing anything serious. You say, I'm just tired, Joe. He says, let us go for prospecting, let us go for seminar. For instance, now, as I speak with you now, leadership training is ongoing at all our training centers and all our regional offices nationwide. Okay? But you say, let's go for seminar, let's go for leadership training. You say, I'm just tired. Unexplainable fatigue, loss of energy could also be a symptom of depression. Now, increase in purposeless physical activity. For instance, inability to sit still. Some people can just be restless. A symptom of depression could be restlessness. You cannot sit somewhere. When you sit, you stand up. When you stand, you walk around. When you walk around, you are just restless. It could be a sign of depression. Okay, pacing. You're just pacing around the room. What is going on? Even you cannot tell. You're just pacing around. It could be a sign of depression. Slowed movement or slowed speech. You're just counting your words. It could be a sign of depression. And then this one eats differently. Another symptom of depression could be feeling worthless or guilty. When depressed, because depression, of course, is in phases. Okay, it's in phases. When it gets to a particular phase, that such a person could have that feeling of worthlessness. When a person looks at himself or herself and asks, why am I even alive? There is a problem. Depression, in fact, is on point. Okay, so another symptom of depression could be feeling of worthlessness or guilt. You just feel guilty. Maybe if I had done more, this wouldn't have happened. Maybe if I had studied abroad, I would have been more successful. Maybe if I had attended this particular institution, I would have gotten a better job. That feeling of worthlessness, okay, is a sign of depression. Please check it. If you have anybody around, a friend, a colleague, anybody who has one mood fluctuation, and once in a while will just utter some words like that, like this. Why am I even alive? Is this life worth living? Words like this, please look out for people like that and then stand with them, okay, and help them manage this, because definitely it is a symptom of depression. Now let's go on. Other symptoms of depression, we have difficulty, thinking difficulty, you know, concentrating or making decisions. When you have difficulty in thinking, concentrating or making decisions, you just cannot concentrate whatever you are doing. You are working, you can't concentrate. You are reading, you can't concentrate. Depression is lying there. So, or when it comes to making decisions, you just cannot concentrate. You cannot just put yourself together to do something meaningful. It could be as a result of depression. Now let's go on. Now this is the peak. This is the peak. Another symptom here we have is thoughts of death or suicide. Now that's the peak. When a person is going through depression and it is not properly managed, or the person is not speaking up, is not seeking help, it could lead to suicidal attempts, suicidal thoughts, or suicidal attempts. Oh, a very pitiful story was shared last year. Was on over the internet last year, of a successful medical doctor. A successful medical doctor who, for reasons we cannot explain, I mean, he drove himself from his house. He drove himself from his house, drove him till he got to Third Mainland Bridge, and then he parked his car at Third Mainland Bridge, and then he jumped. A successful medical doctor. What could have gone wrong? See, this depression thing. Depression is deadly. Yeah. Depression, the earlier we come to terms with the fact that depression is actually deadly, the better and the easier it is for us to manage it. Now let's go on. Are you learning something at all? Now let me give you this, because I'm sure some of you may be wondering, is depression different from sadness? Is it that whenever I'm sad, does that mean I'm depressed? No. It's a different thing. It's a different thing entirely to be sad about an event. Do you understand? Something happened, maybe, okay, you were supposed to go out for prospecting, or you have been prospecting, you're working on a particular prospect and it's not yielding results, because that is one of the things that actually makes some of our distributors, feel off, okay? Unsuccessful attempts. You've been trying to go your that. So let's go. Depression is different from sadness. It's a different thing altogether. The death of a loved one, loss of job, in our own business terrain, when you are prospecting someone and all that, and it's just not working, it could make the distributor become laid back, and if not managed, such a distributor can actually swing into depression. But sadness is not the same thing as having depression. When you are sad, it's not the same as having depression. Okay, let's go on. What are the risk factors for depression? What are the risk factors for depression? See, depression can affect anyone. In my introduction, I told you that depression is not a respecter of age. In fact, I read an article some months ago about a GSS 3 student who committed suicide. So depression is not a respecter of age. Say, okay, maybe it's for the older ones. No, it is not for the older, neither is it for the younger. If you do not manage it well, anybody can swing into depression, and if not properly managed or properly treated, such a person can actually lose his or her life. Okay, so depression can affect anyone, regardless of your income level. We've had very rich men who committed suicide. I'm sure you also read these stories. You also read them up. Majority of these stories are on the internet. In fact, the most painful one was one last year. A successful tech engineer. Whatever went wrong, honestly, we don't know. A successful tech engineer, for reasons we cannot explain, committed suicide. Please, I say this to mean that please check on your loved ones, check on people around you, check on your downlines, your success lines, check on them. Make it a habit to just call them up and check up on them and say, hello, how is your business? Get them to open up to you, because some of them may be going through a lot in the process of growing their business. Do you understand? You know, please check up on the people around you. So many things are happening. The country is very, very good, to say the least. Check up on people, check up on your loved ones. Once in a while, just pick up your phone and call people in your circle. Just call them, say, oh, I just want to check up on you. Hope all is well. The country is very good. Okay, you know what I mean? Okay, so check on people around you. Depression can affect anyone, regardless of age, regardless of their income level. Okay, even a person who appears to live in relatively ideal circumstances. Let me tell you, sometimes what you see is not what you get. You may see, so, oh, this person is looking so successful. This person is looking, unknown to you, that person will be battling with depression. I have so many people, so many cases around. The person is looking so gorgeous, the person is looking so good, the person is doing well, in quotes, according to the world's parameters. The person is doing well, but the person is actually battling with depression. So many things can cause depression. I'm getting there soon. So many things can cause depression. The loss of a loved one can cause depression if not properly managed. The loss of a loved one can make one swing into depression. Yes, the loss of their job loss. For instance, last year during the height of the pandemic, so many people lost their jobs. So many people lost their jobs. Okay, so if not properly managed, it could make one swing into depression. And then for a distributor, or for an entrepreneur, unsuccessful attempts, I beg your pardon, unsuccessful attempts to grow your business can also, if not well managed, can make such an entrepreneur to swing into depression. So many things, like death of a child, or maybe a calamity, a loss. Like a woman who lost, was it 2 weeks ago? A woman who went out, and before she got back, everything she owned, everything she owned was already burnt to ashes. If not properly checked, such a woman can swing into depression. So many things can actually cause depression. But I bring you a message of hope. Whatever it is, whatever it is, please learn to manage depression. You're watching me, you're battling with depression for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, your business is not growing the way you want it to, or you are a distributor, your network is just not growing and you are trying. You are doing all that you can. You've been attending seminars, you've been attending training, one special capacity course somewhere, one training somewhere, you've been doing your best, but it is not just working. Take this from me. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. Please do not, please do not entertain worry. Don't entertain an anxiety. Please, depression is real. Depression kills. Now let's go on. Several factors can actually play a role in depression. Now I'm talking about the risk factors of depression. Several factors can play a role when it comes to depression. The first one I have here is biochemistry. Biochemistry, that one is medical. A medical doctor will do that, is on his way. Okay, let's go on. Then for some, it could be genetical. Maybe in your family, you have a family trait. You have a family trait of people swinging into depression as well, mood fluctuations. And then for some, it could be temperamental. For some temperaments, like the introverts, for those who are extreme introverts, if not properly checked, okay, if not properly checked, because here's the thing about introverts. For introverts, they don't get to express themselves. Introverts, they don't get to communicate their feelings. So sometimes they're feeling so bad, sometimes they're feeling so upset, sometimes they're feeling so worried, sometimes they're feeling so angry, but they don't get to express their feelings, so they bottle it in. Something goes wrong today, they bottle it in. Something goes wrong tomorrow, they bottle it in. Something goes wrong probably with the business next tomorrow, they bottle it in. And then later, eventually, an accumulation of everything they bottle in just comes and then it strikes them deeply. And if not properly checked, such a person could entertain suicidal thoughts. And then, of course, it could eventually lead to death. Okay? So let's go on. We also have personality. Now, people with low self-esteem, sometimes they are easily overwhelmed by stress. Now, I beg you seriously, you are watching me and then you have self-esteem issues. This is the time to work on it. Because people with low self-esteem, has been discovered according to experts, according to the World Health Organization, they said people with low self-esteem have a higher tendency to swing into depression. Please work on your self-esteem issues. Do not let the society to define you. Don't let anyone define you. Don't let anyone set parameters for you. You are doing well in your own way. Your business is doing well in your own way. You may not be at the top yet, but please keep striving. Keep doing your best. Be positive. Avoid negative vibes. Anyone coming around you with negative vibe, please keep the person away. Because the more you keep listening to negativity, the more you entertain negativity around you. Say, that your business cannot grow. The more you keep listening to it, the more you keep entertaining negative vibes around you. It is just a matter of time before you sit and begin to think about it. Maybe my business cannot really grow. You see, that's where it starts. You start thinking about it, you start dwelling on it, and before you know, you swing into depression. And if not managed, we know the rest of the story. So please work on your self-esteem issues. Avoid negative vibes. Okay, let's go on. Stress, learn how to manage stress. Stress management is key. Learn how to manage stress. Okay, as you go about your daily duties, as you strive to grow your business. I know many of us, we have plans. In the beginning of this year, we set goals for our business to see marks for marks. At least by July or August, I should be in star 8. Marks for marks before September, I should be a 1-star director. I should be a 1-star manager. And then it's August already. We are already looking at September for the year. And you're like, nothing is happening. Maybe some of us have set goals, personal goals for ourselves to say, okay, maybe before a particular month, I intend to get married, or I intend to do this, I intend to buy a car, I intend to do something great. But it's August already and nothing seems to be happening. Please, calm down. Calm down. As long as you are still here, you are still alive, please be hopeful. It will work. Whatever it is you put your heart to do, just keep doing it. Be consistent with it. It will happen. Okay? Okay, I'm not the pastor today. Okay, now let's continue. Another risk factor of depression is environmental factor. Yeah, we've talked about the biochemistry, that's the medical. We've talked about the genetical, that's family history, family background. We've talked about personality, that's if you're introverted, okay, or you have self-esteem issues. Yeah, it could trigger depression. Now, the last one I have here is environmental factor. Now, continuous, please take this, is key, it's very important. Continuous exposure to violence, neglect, abuse, or poverty will make some people more vulnerable to depression. Continuous exposure, this is the part where you should know when to speak up. You are in a particular situation, a compromising situation, and you are bottling it in. You are fighting it on your own. You don't want to open up to anybody. I put it to you. This is the time to speak up. Because if you keep going through that thing all by yourself, it may get to a point where even you will not be able to manage it anymore. You just feel the next sensible thing for you to do is to just see yourself through to the third language and do the needful, which is actually not a good option. Okay, so continuous exposure to violence, continuous exposure to neglect, abuse. You're going through any form of abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse. It is time to speak up. There are agencies, there are non-governmental agencies that you can run to. Are we together? You're a woman, you're in a marriage, and then you feel you are being abused. It is time to speak up. You are useful to the world when you are alive. Okay, you are going through any physical abuse at work, at home, anywhere. You are going through abuse in any form. There is physical abuse, there is emotional abuse, and then there is that sexual abuse. It could come in different forms. In any way, it is time to speak up. Or anyone, it is time. Please, it is time to speak up. Okay, it is time to speak up. Look for someone, or look for I beg your pardon, look for an institution that you feel you can walk up to, and then they will defend your cause. We have so many of them, okay? Please speak up. Now, let's go on. Can depression be treated? Can depression be treated? Can depression be treated? Yes, depression can be managed. It can actually be managed. Now, depression is among the most treatable of the mental disorders that we have in the world. Yeah, depression is among the most treatable of the mental disorders that we have in the world. It can be treated. We will get to that shortly. Okay, this is still Talk to Kedi, sharing knowledge, liberating minds, and we have been looking at depression, prevention, causes, and then possible solutions. So we've talked about depression. So depression is a mental disorder, and according to experts, it is the most common mental disorder in the world. And then, according to the statistics released by the World Health Organization, over 264 million people are living with depression across the world. The sad thing is, you may be one of them. We have also said that depression is not a respecter of age, it's not a respecter of gender, it's not a respecter of religion. And lastly, we said depression can lead to death, can lead to suicidal thoughts or suicidal attempts if not properly managed. We have also looked at the risk factors. What are those things that can actually cause depression? We've talked about the biochemistry factor, that's the medical. We've talked about the genetical, that's if you have a family history. Okay, we also talked about the personality factor, and we also looked at the environmental factor. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you are learning something. I need you to make use of the comment section and let us know. Share your own experience. Have you read somewhere, or have you seen anyone somewhere who battled with depression? How did the person manage it? Or if you are the one, how did you manage it? Share with us in the comment section. Let other people get to learn from you. Thank you so much. I'll come back to depression, but quickly let me just take these few announcements. You have any question, or you have anything whatsoever you want to say to us about depression or any other thing whatsoever, make it in the comment section and we will do this together. Now, KEDI 2021 Leadership Training, that's second edition, is ongoing. is ongoing. I know that many of you are there. Some of you are probably watching me from there also. Okay, I know many people are at one training venue or the other, and some of you will get to watch this video afterwards. Okay, so you are at the training, please take time to learn. Take time to learn from our seasoned lecturers, and then take down points. We've talked about this many times on this show. Take down points. When you get back to your business, replicate these points and make sure that your business grows. Do all that you can to make sure that your business grows. Now let's go on. KEDI 2022 Car Award promo is still on. Would you clap? Yes, KEDI 2022 Car Award promo is still on. It's still on. If you are yet to join the race, please do so. Do so. Don't say I still after. You know what? That thing used to spoil show. You say, this is still August. It started just how many months ago? This is still August. I still have up till February. You still have up till February before you close your eyes and open your eyes. We're already in January. August is coming to an end. Next in September. Before you know, we're in January, we're in February, and the promo is ending. So please join the race today. You don't know what the promo is about. You need us to send the flyer to you or something. No problem. Just make use of the comment section and let us know. You would like us to tell you what the car award promo is about. Make use of the comment section and we can possibly send the flyer to you. The flyer is on all our social media platforms. It's on all our social media platforms, our website, everywhere. The flyer is there. Just go there, check the flyer, and then know which category you can participate in and get on the race today. I want all talk together you have to own a car. Is it not possible? It's possible. It's possible. Okay, so get on the race today. Now, KEDI brand collaboration. I beg your pardon. KEDI brand collaboration offer is coming to an end. Have you gotten your Lucien self-care combo yet? This is the best time to do so. You are here to do that. You still have 5 days. The clock is ticking. TikTok. You have 5 days to load your cart with Lucien self-care combo and get 1 KEDI gum care toothpaste free. Yeah, that's the big one. The big toothpaste. So please, hurry. Finish this podcast. Don't go now. After this podcast, locate the closest KEDI training center, service center, the closest KEDI outlet, and then stock up your store with the Lucien self-care combo and get 1 toothpaste instantly. It's not broken. You're getting it instantly. So please do so because the promo will come to an end on the 31st of August 2021. Don't miss it. Now, I hope you remember that the opportunity to own a service center in Benin Republic is still on. Okay, you want to own a service center in not Benin City. You want to own a service center in Benin Republic at half the standard price. Okay, this is your best time to do so. Okay, so please avail yourself of this promo and then you will be glad you did. Please don't forget that all editions of KEDI Inspire magazine, is available. I keep saying this, readers are leaders, my people. Readers are leaders. Please visit the closest KEDI training center to get your copy today and then read the articles, read the success story of some of our distributors, what they did to grow, how they managed to grow their business. When you read these articles, it helps you to know the next thing to do. Do you understand? In fact, there's a popular adage that says, when you stand on the shoulder of a giant, you see far. So when you read these success stories of some of our distributors, it helps you to know, really. So this is what they did to overcome this problem. This is what they did. It helps you. Okay? So get your copy today and trust me, you will thank me after reading the magazine. Okay, please don't forget that you can also place your adverts in the next edition of KEDI Inspire magazine. Okay, you want us to help you make noise about your service center, make noise about your business, what you do. Okay, in the next edition of KEDI Inspire magazine, okay, just send us a mail. Send a mail to info@kedihealth.com or call the editor on 080. Some people say I used to rush when I'm calling out the number, so get a pen. call the editor on 080-3340-6476. So we help you place an advert. Okay, I come again. Please get a pen. No, I'm not rushing now. 080-3340-6476. So you get to speak with the editor of Kedi Inspire magazine. You need to be referred to where to get a copy, or you want to you want to tell the world your story, or you want to place an advert. Okay, so just call the editor and then you will be guided. Don't forget that our disease handbook is also available. Please, all of these things are support systems put together to help you. Okay, please avail yourself. Are you still with me? Now, we have all our social media platforms. All our social media platforms are active around the clock to help your business grow, to help you grow. Please, on Facebook, we have an account, Kedi Headquarters Lagos. On Facebook, we have a page at Kedi Healthcare Industries. On Instagram, we are at Kedi Healthcare_official. On Twitter, we are at Kedi Health NG. And then, of course, on LinkedIn, we are at Kedi Healthcare. We have a YouTube channel, Kedi Healthcare. Search for our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and avail yourself of all our educative videos. They will help you a lot. And we have a mobile application, Kedi app. Download your Kedi Care app today to secure your business. Don't forget our website, www.kedihealth.com. Okay, these channels are designed to help you. So we are active round the clock to attend to your inquiries and then, of course, to help you grow. Now, I take my Dr. Cap tip for the week. Are you ready? My Dr. Cap tip for the week. My Dr. Cap tip for the week says, worrying means carrying tomorrow's load. Carrying tomorrow's load with today's strength. It doesn't empty tomorrow of its sorrows. It only empties today of its strength. Worrying does no good at all to anyone. When a challenge comes, fight it, master it, manage it, but all in all, be positive. Be positive. Worrying does no good. Okay. This is still Talk to Kedi, sharing knowledge, liberating mind. And then I just got an hint that my guest is here. Are you ready for him? Okay, so quickly, we'll just have him quickly because we are already wrapping up on the show today. Trust Lagos Traffic to do what it knows how to do best. Okay, so you have any question? My guest is here, Mr. Valentine Ikechukwu. With a thunderous applause, let's receive him. Mr. Valentine, you made it at last. Sorry, Lagos Traffic did you something. You're welcome, sir. Okay, we were about wrapping up the show, but notwithstanding, I'm going to take a few words from you. Summary, okay? What are your words for distributors who are experiencing, who are, feeling down? I don't want to use the word depression. We have to talk about distributors who are honestly giving their best. I want to grow my business, because I want to grow my business, I attend training, I attend seminars, I do this, I do that, I go out for prospecting, I've done all I know how to do best. But it is just not working, and then it's making them lie low a bit. And then if you're properly managed, of course, so some of them could swing into depression. So what are your words for them?
Really, it is said that nothing good comes easy. Starting is easy, but following takes a lot of patience, a lot of perseverance, and a lot of dedication. And the ability to continue is what brings about victory. In Kedi, there are vast opportunities where you can see someone from a downtrodden becoming a millionaire overnight. It's all about dedication. It's all about commitment. And one of the major constraints or obstacles that may prevent people from going further, I will not call it depression, because depression is something that is continuous, something that can be managed. But I will call it and occasional things that may occur at a particular time. But what makes a man is the ability to surmount challenges.
Exactly.
And without surmounting the challenges, you are going nowhere. What is all about challenges, and what is all about overcoming challenges is what brings success. And in the area of our distributors that are facing challenges or constraints, it is part of life. And without them, you can't move.
Sure.
Naturally, biblically, it is written that it is not by your mind. Most of us think that we can work this out by our own personal mind. No, it is not by your strength. It is not by your power. It is by God's Spirit. What is left for you? What you need to do. Everybody around you, in as much as you can communicate, you can talk to people, you can interact. It's an avenue to talk to people about caring. And once you talk about people, there are people that need you. What gives people downtrodden is ability not to express what you have in hands. Like Elisha told the woman in the Bible, what did you have with you? Says a keg of oil. What happened? The solution comes. The only way you can overcome obstacle, depression, is the word. Open your mind. Free yourself. You don't know who might become the angel that may give you the solution.
Exactly.
As well as doing what? As a KEDI member, you are a problem solver.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yes, as a KEDI member, you are a problem solver. You have heard it from Mr. Valentine Ikechukwu himself. Okay, in case you don't know Mr. Valentine, let me just give you a quick one. Now, Mr. Valentine Ikechukwu is an health consultant. He's a naturalist. He's a peer educator attached to the United States Agency for International Development. Yes, he's a KEDI distributor, and of course, he's one of our seasoned lecturers. Okay, he was supposed to do justice to this topic, but I've helped him. And I did well, right? I know I did well. Okay, so let me just ask you this quick one: are there KEDI products for depression?
There are several
Okay, please.
KEDI products that are highly, very, very effective for depression. Number one, we have what we call KEDI Active.
KEDI Active.
KEDI Active is a very powerful product that can bring depression to zero. Why? Because there are a lot of active ingredients that work with endorphin that suppresses the enzyme that bring about depression. And that is why if you are having anything that have to do with depression, your best man, your best friend is KEDI Active. And there's another one, Golden 6. And KEDI Royal Jelly. KEDI Royal Jelly relaxes your brain, activates your nerves, build back your cells, and bring back your health and your thinking faculties to run right. This product also can manage and can also promote and minimize the high level of depression.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, in closing, we are wrapping up now. Can you tell us the phases of depression? When does it start? How does it start? And at what point should one seek help?
Very, very good. There are stages of depression. In most people, it doesn't show signs at the starting stages. A lot of people realize it when it is too late. A lot of people realize it when they are gone. What are those signs? What are those stages? Number one, you become sad, you become restless, you become dejected. It to you seems like the world is coming to an end. Sometimes you think of committing suicide. Sometimes everything about you become imbalanced. And that is why in KEDI we have what we call yin and we have what we call yang. Yin have to do with the feminine, the negative, and yang has to do with the positive or the masculine. And what happened? These two come together to create a balance. This is where KEDI product comes in. For many of us, the gradual stages of phases start from one to the other. Number one stages is the stages of restlessness, stages of discomfort, stages of feeling of agitation, illness, and frustration creep in. And if not managed at this primary stage, it can lead to frustration and finally can equally lead to
Okay, so we've been told that we have different stages of depression. It actually starts with restlessness. So please, all of these things, we are dishing out all these points so that you can check yourself or check around. Let us be our brother's keeper. Okay? The country is very, very, very good and easy at the moment. Learn to check up on your loved ones. Learn to check up on your success line. Don't just register them and leave them to wallow. Okay? Occasionally follow up on them. Know what they are going through. Some of them may be dejected. But when you check up on them, you look out for them, you can put them through and then guide them. Depression is real. Depression is deadly. Mr. Valentine, I don't know if you have final words for our viewers as we call it a day on the show.
The final word I have to give to my viewer is to tell you that depression is real. And number two, according to World Health Organization, it is said that the most common cause of disabilities in the world is depression. It affects men, women, people in different cycles of the world, even adolescents experience it. Nobody can skip it. But what matters is that in the moment you experience it, the ability to overcome it is what matters. The things you need to do. Number one, meet with friends that will make you lively. Play with people that will rehabilitate your thoughts. Take sweet food. Because there's no you can take sweet meals, chewing gum, chocolates away. This is make your sweeten your mind, and it can help to do what relieve depression. And finally, get closer to God. God is the only one that has the final say. The much more you are closer to God, the much more happier you become, because biblically it is said that in the presence of God there is fullness of joy.
All right, you have heard it from Mr. Valentine Ikechukwu. We sincerely apologize that our guest came in late. It was due to the traffic. You know, Lagos traffic, you can't beat the rate, okay? So please do not miss any edition of Talk to Kedi. You want us to give your voice a brand, or you want to even share your Kedi story in Talk to Kedi in the next edition of Talk to Kedi. Please, you can call us on 08033 406476. Dr. Kedi is coming to you from the stable of Kedi Healthcare Industries Nigeria Limited. Till I come your way next time, I hope you enjoyed this edition. Please do not forget that depression is real. Depression is deadly. Please be positive, okay? Regardless of what is happening around you, regardless of how your business is moving, regardless of anything at all, do not forget that please stay happy, be positive. You will make it. You will succeed. Keep your hopes alive. I remain Sarah in my regular host. Thank you so much for watching and God bless you.
Thank you. I remain Ikechukwu Valentine, your guest for today.